Hey everyone. So I'm finally getting on to do the part 2 of that conscious relationships video. And when I first came on and shared all my downloads about, twin flames, polyamory, soulmate relationships, like I shared some information on those things, and I really thought they were going to have me dive into the twin flame thing a lot in this part 2, and they kind of had me hold off to even make this video. But yes, I'm going to touch on twin flames because I'm experiencing the twin flame dynamic, but in the same respect, like this, everything I'm going to say applies to any relationship. Poly, twin flame, soulmate, whatever. Like, it applies everywhere across the board. So the first thing I'm going to say is I'm going to do a video that's 3 reasons that you're not ready to be in any relationship romantically, and how you should operate in one. So this is why you're not there yet, and this is how it's going to be once you are. This is like key things to understand. Okay? So the first thing to really wrap your head around is that a healthy relationship is going to expand your evolution. It is not going to restrict it. So if you find yourself in a situation, even if it's your twin flame, where it's really, you're not making a lot of headway in terms of growth, there's a lot of drama and not a lot of resolution, then you're probably not ready. You're probably just not ready. And the thing to understand is every single relationship can be used as a tool to grow. Like, the whole point of this is enlightenment for the individual to grow and expand and feel that oneness. And it's beautiful that we have this twin flame experiment that they brought forward to see if it could help expand growth in individuals. And for me, it is definitely doing that. But I think if you come into a relationship prematurely, that you're not going to see any movement in terms of your spiritual evolution if you're not ready. So you have to really use relationships as a tool to grow. And when you grow, so does your relationship. So that's why the main focus should be on your self-growth and your self-love, because you can only love another in the same capacity that you can love yourself. So the more you love yourself, the more you open up your heart to love others. And so reason number 1 why you might not be ready, because a lot of people are so stuck in their belief systems, they're not ready to take that huge risk. They're not ready to leave that marriage. They're not ready to leave these attachments they have, like a job, or it could be a distance. It could be this big scary leap, these attachments we have to the status quo, to like what our culture tells us that we should do and be. Like, they're not ready to make that leap yet. So once you trigger a spiritual awakening, these things are going to come up. Do you have the faith? Do you have the courage to take that leap? If you don't, you're not ready. So don't try to force it until you've been able to make those leaps and take those, leaps of faith. Be courageous. Okay, reason number 2 that you might not be ready for a conscious relationship. You have to be ready for someone to coexist with an individual or individuals that are going to trigger every area of you that needs growth. Every area. And you're going to hop in to the relationship and find out really fast that it is not some fairy tale. It is about work and growth. But it can turn into a fairy tale if you're able to transcend the triggers, to notice when something comes up, own it as your own, and have a healthy communication with your partner to be able to work through it together and grow. you're going to grow. They're going to grow. You're going to get to know each other on such a deep level. Number 3 is why you may not be ready. A lot of people in relationships are in victim mode, and they love to play the blame game because they can't see their own shit. So whenever something comes up and you feel a certain type of way, it is you. It is you. If you're in a relationship with someone and you think that everything is their fault, you have a choice in that moment to even be with that person to begin with. And sometimes things will come up and you'll run, just like the twin flame dynamics. The divine masculine likes to run. That is stereotypical divine masculine, right? They'll run and blame it on the other person because they just can't see how it could be them. They just can't see how they're the problem because their ego is only focusing on the negative things in the other individual. But really, they have to bring it back to themselves and dive deep and heal those deep parts of themselves that feel abandoned, those deep parts of themselves that are scared of commitment. There's a whole multitude of reasons that somebody is triggered. And usually it comes back to some childhood thing, sometimes past life. So those three things are huge. And there are others, but those are the 3 main ones that I see in the relationships with people I work with where they're stuck and they're just not ready. They're not ready yet, so they have to do that individual work. Every trigger is an opportunity to grow. Will you take it as an opportunity? Will you blame it on someone else? Will you go into victim mode? Will you take a huge risk in your life? Will you coexist with somebody and be able to be harmonious? That all has to do with your individual evolution and growth spiritually. And it's being the observer, seeing what's happening, taking it all in, and if you react from a place that serves your highest good. Leveling up, when you start to get in a conscious relationship, you're ready for it. Every single time there's a trigger, you get excited because you know, yes, this is an opportunity to level up. And you know you will. And what comes with leveling up vibrationally is more bliss. And it's insane. It's like you're overwhelmed with love. Like every single time, like I'll tell my partner, I'm like, I cannot even believe I love you more than I just loved you after the last time we leveled up. Like, how is that even possible to feel any more love in my body? But it is, and it will only continue to expand. Like, I haven't even scratched the surface of the amount of love I can feel. It's insane. It really is. And I thought I was going to come on here and talk about the dynamics of certain relationships, but what people really need to hear, no matter what type of relationship they're in, is that they have to love themselves so they have the capacity to love others in the same way. They have to take a risk. They have to be able to coexist with somebody and see their own shit and not blame everything on everyone else. And we all are guilty of some of these things. Maybe even all of these things. I was guilty of all 3 of those things until I finally was like, whoa, it's me. So that's really what Source wanted to bring forward today. Like, strongly. So tomorrow I'm going to release a video for you guys, and it's like a Q&A type video. So I get a lot of questions, and I honestly think that the answers to those questions can serve so many other people, not just the individual that I want to respond to. So I'm going to start doing the Q&A thing. And if you have any questions or anything, just put them down below, or put them down below in the comments, or check the information below for my email. You can also email them to me. If you're interested in following me on Instagram or Facebook, just look up Kelsey Franks. And for my services, I do have email coaching available on my website. Just check out kelseyfranks.com. You'll see it all in the services section on there. I love you guys. I hope you got something from this video. Have an awesome rest of your day.